Good morning and sliding into afternoon, if it isn't already afternoon in your time. Judy Allen here in San Antonio, Texas with Adventurous Stamping. And today we're going to do 4 quick and easy cards. You can step them up if you want to, but if you're at the nth moment, the nth hour, you can make some very cute and simple cards. So that's what we're going to do. And then I leave it as an option for myself later if I'm going to go step it up, which I always do. I like to put some bling on there, but sometimes I don't. You know, it's just a matter of what I've got going on and what I need to do. So with that, let's go make some quick and simple, easy cards. All right, I told you we're going to use 4. These are just some tags I put aside. 4 4x6s. So when you do this, all the way to when you do this, all we're going to do, I'm just going to turn around, see if I can see this best for you. I'll do it like this. It doesn't matter to me. I cut paper. You can actually cut through more than one sheet of paper at a time. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut it down because my paper's only, my cardstock is only 5.5, but since I'm using a 4 and a by 6, I'm already going to be a 1/4 inch off on the sides. So I'm just going to reduce the length a 1/4 inch also, okay? And that way they'll be the same distance for the design. And I'm just going to cut it. And we're saving this because we're going to use this, okay? So now I'm going to take what I've got left out of my 4 and 5.25, and I'm going to cut it at 3.5 inches. Okay, and I'm just going to set it aside here a second. In fact, I'll just move that out of the way. I got my pen ready to take notes. And just set it here so you can see it. This is 4x6 when you put it all together. And if you've watched me do the stack and shuffle, it's sort of similar, but we're not using as much paper. We're not using as many cuts is basically what we're not doing. That one, you know, we're doing, end up with 4 pieces we can get through. This one we're not. We're going to end up with 2 pieces for the card, but what we're going to do is the leftover. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. We're going to use it. We're not going to waste it. Everybody's concerned about wasting paper. It's like we're not going to waste the paper, okay? Beautiful paper. We're not going to waste it. We're going to use it. All right, so I'm through with the cutter now. Unless I want to do anything thinner or anything else, but I'm through the cutter. So now I have the stacks here of what I've created here at 3.5. And you know what? I just take them and I spread them out. Alright, just to give you an idea of what you have. Now at this point you can start flipping over sides to see if you like another side differently. That's the solid. That's a stripe. And that's what that is right there. So from there then, I just take what's left here. We're not messing with these yet, we will. And then I'm going to flip them over to see what combinations I like. Okay, so for this one's very busy paper. So on this one then, I would take the hearts here, flip it over, and decide what I want to go with it. I don't know yet. We have options, okay? So that's what this is all about, is looking for your options. Let's see what's on the back side here, okay? So it's going through and finding your options and what you're going to like. Now let's see if I would like this with a stripe. I might would. Don't know. Okay, so that's basically what we're doing. We're just going to figure out what we like, alright? Now this is a big solid red, which is, you can use this. Question is what would I want to put next to it? So you can rotate these sideways. And that's all I do, is I come along and say, what am I going to like best? Alright, so if I did this one here, I like this best. I like the pink with this here. Alright, so that's a possibility for one card for me. And I always look to see if the stuff is directional. Okay, because for this card, I wouldn't want, so here's my base cardstock. So on this particular one, I'd want the card to face this way and put my message there. Because if I put it this way, the hearts are going the wrong direction, right? So that's a possibility. That's what I'm looking at right now. This is one possibility. Okay, but I still got to match up everything else. So we're not adding any more paper. We're just taking what we have and adding to it. Now that's sort of nice, but this is sort of nice and fun too. Now what I like about this is paper that can go either way. So for the moment, I think I'm going to look at it like that. All right. Okay, this one here. It's mostly not going to have a lot of options for me because it's got a lot of hearts. So it's going to be a really red card. Okay. That's okay though, you know. All right, on this side, let's see here. Oh, let's see. See, I gave you some really difficult choices and challenges here. Okay. I don't think I would want to mix this in. But again, everybody's got their own personal choice. You know, in this particular case, you might decide to do this and just put some divided. But see, that's a lot of pink, and I really didn't want that. So I really like the idea of offsetting it. I could easily offset it with this if I wanted to. I could turn it sideways and make that a card that goes this way right here. Alright, so we're not finished because we still have, see, that's the same one. So let's leave it here for a minute. Let's see what we got here now for choices. So what I do with these is now I take and say, alright, where am I going to put these at? It's going to continue to make this fun. Alright, I might use that to break that one up. Let's see what choices I have here. You know, and I just flip them, because I like to just create fun cards. Alright, out of all my choices, it would most probably be that one right there. I could still play around with it. Oh, I got another stripe. Okay. Whoop, whoop. Alright, let's see. Can't do, that's just too much. I'll go with this one. Alright, it's got the candy on there and all. Oh, last but not least, so I think I'll take that to help break up some of that red. Alright, so see, basically have 4 cards that we're gonna make. Let me see if I can deal with this way and be okay with it. I could be okay with it. Flip it back over. I think I will, just because I want it to be different. You know what I mean? Alright, let me take one last look at this one here. Here's my options here. Yep, that was just too much for me. Okay, let's see what this side looks like. Okay, well, that would be a possibility, but I really didn't want all the pink. Okay, so I'm going to flip it back over. And that is just too much. Either one of those are too much for me. Okay, see here? It's just a lot going on. Alright, let me flip back over here then. See, that red really looks good. But then I leave my options over here that I'm either going to be this or this. So, let's see what other options we have. That's a possibility. That's already got the red. I could do the purple. I'd be okay with the purple. Or I could do this. Right? I could do that. In fact, if I did that, that's how I'd do it. That's interesting. Alright, this one here is up and down hearts. Doesn't really matter because it's hearts, right? I don't know, if you're out there, you can surely give me some suggestions or give me your input, and I'll be more than happy to take a look at that input, because these things are always sort of interesting and fun. And you know, that's one thing that I always find. It's they're interesting and fun. Hi, Jennifer. So if you have any input or thought on these hearts, feel free to jump in. I can even rotate that around, okay? And I'm still fine with this. I am okay with this here. I like that there. I think I'm okay with everything else. So at this point then, I'm going to start gluing them down. And I'm just going to be leaving just a little bit. Oh, sorry. Got the edge. I really prefer my silicone. Let me get my silicone mat. I really prefer doing my silicone. It's really nice if you got a silicone mat or something to do your taping on, just because if you get off the mat, it's not going to get in your paper. I had this happen the other day. I usually do this just so if I get any extra glue go over, it goes on the mat versus my paper, because a sheet of paper behind me, when that happens, then it's like, then my card gets stuck to the paper. Alright, so I've got my colors right here that we're going to do. So it's obvious that I had it going the wrong way, because it's going to go like this. And I'm just leaving a slight little border for my cardstock. Looks like my cardstock might have gotten off a little bit right there. I might have to shape it up a little bit there. That edge. That's all you gotta do. Okay. And then from here. Okay, now see, I didn't realize I had picked out the same paper. Alright. And we're just going to divide it with pink. It just didn't look like the same paper when I had two different pieces. Okay, so that's not what I was trying to get us to do, right? So let's see if we can swap something out, because this would be just as easy to go over here. It's got the same color scheme. Let's see if we can put this over here. Alright, it's a different paper, right? My other option would be, let's see what it would look like here. You know, this is all just fun paper. It's just fun to create some fun cards. I just didn't realize I had the same paper, because all I'm going to do is butt it up right next to the other paper, and then we'll put this over. But then that's got a lot of pink, and I really don't like all that pink. So let me go back, because I like this better over here. Oh, hey, wait just a second. Whoa. Alright. Still a lot of pink. I really didn't want all that pink there. Okay. So we're going to go back to where we were. Even though I'm not sure where we were now. There we go. Alright. Still a lot of pink. Alright, I might have to get some... Normally this works out fairly well. But as you can see right now, I accidentally messed up there. Can I go with pink there? I can go with pink here. I just didn't like the pink on the other one. Still more pink than I would like. I still have time. I can swap some things around. Let me go ahead and get this down. But you know what? You get choices, and that's what I really like, is that you got the creative choices, and I'm going to do what I told you I really didn't want to do. I did do that, and you know, it causes it to stick to your card and all. When you go off of it, sometimes I go off of it accidentally, and my paper sticks to it. But alright, we're gonna weather it. We are gonna weather it. Alright, let me do this one here. Ooh, let's see. Nope, that didn't work for me. You might like it. You know, that's the one thing about this. There's so many different combinations you can do. I really like that red and white. Oh, it looks like a polka dot. It's more really speckled or something than a polka dot. And I really like that. That I could easily, if I had some scrap paper, do it instead. And you know what? And if you don't want your border this thick, you just cut it a little bit smaller. But this way I used up all of my 4x6 paper. And see, this is what I have. And I'm going to make a tag. And the nice thing about the tags is you know what? I kept my tags simple. I sat there and just stamped them. In fact, I sent some for the grandkids yesterday. I put a tag on there. And you know what? I just did it with X and O's. And then I hand wrote a message on the inside. I've got a stamped message I can put in here. We'll see which we like best. So I have the X and O here. And then, so I'll have to decide if I like that or not, or if I was really thinking I was going to be the smaller one that I was going to like. I mean, it was up to Nana. Nana would have X and O's all over the places, but you know, they're getting a little bit bigger and older and all that kind of stuff. So, I'll put it there, but it's, you know what, I might just use, this is what I originally thought was going to happen, is I'd put a smaller one. And I have choices to put them wherever I want. And I can sit here and just put this on. I can put it right here with adhesive. They know, everybody knows with it being Valentine's that it's probably a Valentine's card. It's going to have something to do lovey-dovey, right? It's going to have some kind of love, emotion in there. And I'm just making this simple. I'm not even using dimensionals. I'm just going to put this right here to the side. And then I put another stamp. This one just says, Hi Valentine. So I actually hand wrote mine when I sent them to my grandkids because they're older and I could, right? So you just do whatever's easiest for you. But you know what, one thing about this is, even, you know, kids, you know, I'm thinking of like 5-year-olds and so forth and all that like to make things for the grandparents. See, it says Hi Valentine. That it's easy for them to do the X and O's, right? And so it doesn't matter how old you are, it's easy to just draw an X and O, just like I stamped right up here on the front. So I stamped it, but I could just as easily write it. I wrote mine on the inside. My grandkids and kiddos, even my adult children, are used to me writing X and O's. In fact, one of my grandsons' dad had to explain to him what the X and O's were all about. It was cute. It was cute. It's something Nana does. So that's one card, right? All right, card number 2. I'm sticking with this. I like this. Same thing we just did. All I'm going to do, this is directional, so since it's directional, especially these hearts right here, I'm going to do it to the side like this. Okay? The other card I just did, I could have done it either way. But I went ahead and kept it upright. But it's all about, you know, right now, is just making some quick and simple ones. Maybe you're making some, you know, I know with my granddaughter, her going to school. Okay, so this one is this way. With her going to school, I'll do it this way here because I want to do it sideways so it looks sideways. With her going to school and everything and bringing Valentines for everybody, you know, they just didn't do anything. They just sat there and put together a little nice little treat for Valentine's. You know, they got some hearts cut out. They die cut some hearts out and attached those and had some little item that they had with it also. And that was it. There was no, you know, you had to stamp a message or you had to do anything on the inside. You know, they just wrote granddaughter's name on the inside so people knew who it was from, and that was the end of it. So it's just as simple as you want to make it to be. In this particular case, I chose to just stamps. It's just simple stamping with some paper. And then I'm just using my leftover paper here as a divider between the two. Oops. Just a minute, I got it wrong place. I just use it as a divider between the two. Just to get some extra fun color. You know, because that's what it's all about, right? It's fact of having fun and giving to others. So easily, this could go right here. And it really breaks up all that color. You know, and you can cut a tag. You don't have to. I actually just punch this out, but you know, you can get your scissors out and make yourself a rectangle very easily. And then I would stamp the inside of this one. All right, let's get that third card done. So see, I really spent more time trying to decide which way I wanted the paper to go, right? So it wasn't the matter that it takes that long to make the card. It just takes more time to say, what paper do I want to go together? What combinations do I want? And do I want the front of the paper or do I want the back of the paper? Because all the paper comes, all their designer series paper comes with a design on the front of paper and a design on the back. So that is your biggest choice to make, is which one are you going to use. So we already know, what was the other side of this? Now see, ooh, I can change my mind. I could actually do it this way versus like this. See, I'd already made my mind up, but now I've changed my mind. I'm going to put that down and put that across it. So, but once I put this adhesive on it, pretty well committed, right? That's right. Because once I put adhesive on it, it's going down on something. If I change my mind, then guess what? It's going to go down on something else. Alright, so this is actually, I don't know if you can really see it, but this pink paper here has got the hearts, and they're actually like lollipops. It's sort of hard to see the little sticks there because it's sort of a clear whitish color. Almost like a whitewash color. Diluted white. But it's there. Alright, I think I'm going to like this a little better. But yes, if you're out there and you're watching, say hello. If it's a replay and you're watching it later, just let me know you're out there on replay. We always like to give away door prizes once a month. But there we go. There's the third card. Alright, we're down to the wire. We're down to the fourth card. And yes, we're going to put tape. Get my paper all straight again. You're going to put tape right on top of this pretty paper. Because you know it's two-sided, so one of the sides is going to get tape on it no matter what. Okay, so there's no reason why you can't give somebody a very special note. You know what? If you don't do Valentine's cards, you can do this with any paper. I just taken a 4x6. I sized it down to 4 by 5 1/4 because that will fit the cardstock. And give you a little border there of white. Now see, I could have done this purple here. That might have looked right, but I remember correctly earlier there's a lot of pink going on, and I just didn't want all that pink. Make sure I didn't run out of tape. So anyway, the main thing is you know, if you're not into Valentine's, that's fine. You know, there's all kind of cards to make. There's everything from thank you cards to birthday cards to anniversary cards. You know, we're doing a special thing for a non-profit, and we'll be sending some cards to them. And you know, there are people in non-profits. If you think about it, you got St. Jude's Hospital, you've got, I'm trying to think of some other ones offhand. I don't remember the names of them. There's a couple other non-profits we've done that are local. This is the first time we've done a national one. But the thing is it's about making somebody's day. You know, people need hope, but they need encouragement. I mean, your next door neighbor might need hope and encouragement. You know, it hurts nothing to give somebody a card and tell them thank you for being in their life. In your life, okay? So there we go. Here's the 4 cards I've created from the 4x6s. I'll have to do some more labels because I don't have any, but I can easily stamp Hi Valentine on the inside and write whatever message I want. I like the X and O's because it's nothing more than hugs and kisses, right? So, there you go. There are our 4 quick and easy cards to make. So with that, I want to thank you for joining in. And if you enjoyed it and everything else, please like and share, or go share with someone today. Even better yet would it be if you went and created with them. You'd be surprised how excited somebody is when you can come over and visit with them and you can sit down and create something together. So we want to be sure to create, share, and give it to somebody, right? Somebody the other day said, I have a bunch of cards. I said, well, you need to be giving some away, right? It's not for you just to keep them all for yourself. You can keep your few special ones and everything else, but go make somebody else's day, all right? So, with that, we're on Instagram. I'm not sure if we're on Pinterest or not, but I know we're on YouTube. So, if you'll be sure to like and share us, we'd appreciate that. Be blessed. Have a wonderful, awesome week. Our weather here is like springtime weather now, so which is nice and different, but that's okay. And, you know, just go have fun. See you next week. Bye.